last week was tricky, and thank you those that took up the challenge. And if you played it slower, that's still really cool because it's the process that's important here. This week it's a little bit more chilled and mellowed. I really like this. This is a brand new song out by the Brand New Heavies with a guest feature saxophonist. If I give you the title, which is Candy Town, the sax player is the incredible Candy Dulfer, and thank you, Candy, for opening doors for female saxophonists all across the world. So the riff goes like this. And we play that twice through and then a little change at the end. Little caveat, yes, it's a slightly easier lick for us to be doing, but it's in a bit of a trickier key, and this is a good thing to be doing because if we're in harder keys, if you ever end up working in bands or with singers, etc., we can't stay in the keys that have no flats or sharps throughout. So this key, if you want to kind of like figure it out at home, feel free to kind of see whether or not you can figure it out, but I'm going to give you a bit of hint here because there's lots of sharps going on. We're in B, so we need B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. There aren't any A sharps to play in this tune, but it would be there, and B. So let's go really steady through that. So that's the key. So at this point, if you want to even just kind of press stop or pause and just practice going through that kind of key, that's probably a good thing to be doing. We're going to break this down into a couple of little sections like we've done previously. Hopefully you can kind of go with me on that. So we've got this ba-da-da, section 1, da-da-da, section 2, da-da-da, section 3, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, longer section 4, but we'll come to that when we get there. Start note that we need is this note. So we're starting on a G sharp there. So we're going kind of a little bit of a leap and coming back down again. Those three notes. See if you can figure that out. Da, da, da. If you've got it, then we need to kind of add a little bit of a rest at the beginning. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, da, dee, da. Okay, so that's the first one done. The second one goes like this. Da, da, da. So it's the same start note as we played before, so it's still a G sharp, but we're going up a little bit higher this time, so we're going to have a D sharp and then a C sharp. So this one goes, and if you want to put the two together, it's so that's part 1 and part 2 done, and then it goes da da da. So we're going to do a big leap. So we're going to start again on the G sharp, G sharp to B, da. Now that's kind of a little bit of an octavey leap from the first note, da, da. So we're going to head for a G sharp with the thumb on the back. So those three notes. Okay, so that together, those three little riffs. Okay, and then it goes da 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 da, which is what's called a sequence, when you have a little cluster of notes that you work down or up and then shift it slightly and do the same thing again. So the start of that bit goes starting on F sharp, see if you can work out the notes. Da, 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 F sharp, E, D sharp. So adding that on. Not doing the rhythm so much at the moment, I'm just trying to get you through the notes. Da, 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 da. Then it goes da, 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 da. So it's the same phrase, but we just move it down a little bit. So after going F sharp, E, D sharp, we end up doing F sharp, E, D sharp, and then landing on a B. So da 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 da. Because really, I suppose the start note of this sequence is the G sharp, but we've just covered it. Da 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 da. And then we kind of finish off with a D sharp E. So let me cover that bit again. So it goes. F sharp, E, D sharp, B, D sharp, E. And again, we can do it really steady. So we'll go from the beginning of the third phrase. Da, 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 da. And that's the whole thing. So joined up all the way through, it goes. So adding the rhythm, we've got this. Kind of creates a little bit of a syncopation. So I'm going to play it with the track one more time, and then I'm going to put on my app to create a little bit of a slower loop for you. So if you want to find this, this is on Gandytown, and this little kind of riff starts at about 30 seconds. The second time she sort of tags on this little which, if you want to know, it goes E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E, and then F sharp sort of trill to a G sharp. If you leave your G sharp key on, it'll trill really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to have a go now at sticking on the backing track that I've created, which is in Session Band, number 2. And it's kind of like a funk thing that I've used a few times with this. I just need to make sure that I mute the sax part. Okay, done that. So what I've put in is I've fed in a loop which is G7 concert pitch and A7 concert pitch, just to kind of give it that groove. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da. You okay? Second time together. Okay, so hopefully you kind of got that groove. It's nice and relaxed, nice and steady. And if you check out the rest of Candy's playing on this track, there's some really, really nice things that she's doing. So just be careful on these kind of extra little fingers movements. And I'm sure that this one will be a little bit more under the fingers than the previous one, due to the fact that it's a bit slower for you. So as ever, if you can give us a like and a comment below, that's really helpful for me to feedback and try out some new things with you. And so yeah, thanks for joining me, and as ever guys, happy saxing. Bye.